Hi, I'm Chris Roselli.
And I'm Clara Lewis. Welcome to Western Window, a show made for you by students at Western Washington University.
This time we'll find out what Western students are doing in Rwanda and in Bellingham.
We'll find out about the importance of recycling on campus and more. So stay with us as we explore our world through Western Window.
Although the Institute for Energy Studies at Western's Huxley College of the Environment is new, they've already hit the ground running. In collaboration with Puget Sound Energy, Western students are helping to save the regional sockeye population with hard work, determination, and some forward-thinking strategy that has brought one salmon run from just 100 fish in the early 90s to more than 30,000 this year.
What's wonderful here at this facility in Skagit County is that we're generating more power now through the remodeled turbines, but we're also seeing record numbers of young salmon coming back up the river every year. So we went from a few dozen salmon in the 90s to now around 50,000 a year coming up. At the same time, we're producing more energy. Several things happened to make us go from just a few dozen fish 20 years ago to now around 50,000 a year. One was science. We have advanced tools now, the floating surface collector here, it's on Lake Shannon, that gathers the young salmon, then the ability to take them around the dam safely, and then below the fish trap where the fish are sorted and then put back into the river. All of these things have to work with what works for the fish. So we have biology involved, and then there's simply the investment to put the equipment in. But we know it's a worthwhile investment because the salmon are so important for us culturally in our area, for the recreation in our area, and for the economy as well. The science of handling the fish is part of the story. The other part of the story is people getting together and realizing they actually had a lot more in common than they had in differences, and by focusing on what they had in common, they came up with a solution that helped have more power, more jobs, and more salmon. Really great outcome. The great thing about the program at Western that Puget Sound Energy is supporting, the Institute for Energy Studies allows students to look at energy issues from all the different facets that are involved. And that's really a great way for students to learn exactly what we all learned here over 20 years putting this together, is that it's going to take a lot of different people at the table with different skills to make progress happen. It's another chance to show people that clean energy works in our community, and it works both environmentally, it also works in terms of bringing jobs. And that's what that program at Western is going to prepare students for in the future. That's why we're really proud to be a supporter.
So what we found out from listening to people that work in the energy industry is that students who come out of a university understand often one aspect about how the energy industry works, but not more than one aspect. So if they come out as an engineer, they might understand the engineering of, say, a windmill or a hydro plant really well, but they don't understand how the business and policy end of things work. And so the idea is that we're going to be producing students that are well-versed in all of the aspects of the energy industry, from the science all the way up through the policy and regulatory aspects. The Institute for Energy Studies at Western is a new unit that does interdisciplinary energy education that involves the College of Business and Economics, the College of the Environment, and the College of Science and Technology. And the idea is to get students at Western an energy education that spans the science, the policy, and the technology of the energy industry. The great thing about the students we have at Western is that they are not happy just sitting in the classroom. They want to get out there and work with people. And we find we have a lot of industry partners that are very eager to be taking students who don't have a degree yet, who are still working towards their degrees, to bring them out of the classroom and bring them out into the field and learn about real-world projects. So one of the great things we're doing, we find with our industry partners, is designing, for instance, capstone classes where students in their last year of their education at Western, they get to work out in the real world working on trying to solve a real world energy problem. And that involves not just understanding the science and the engineering, but also understanding the policy and the politics around working in the energy world.
Did you know that in 1971, Western students helped create one of the first campus recycling programs in the country? Today, students proudly carry on this tradition with recycling stations, sustainable dining hall practices, and educational programs. Here at Western, recycling isn't just something we do, it's who we are.
So in about 1971, there were a group of students who decided they wanted recycling to happen on campus and in Bellingham, and actually no curbside recycling pickup at all in Bellingham. Pretty monumental because these students decided to get together, start recycling, and then in 1976, I want to say was the year, the Recycle Center became the official AS Recycle Center. Yeah, so I guess we've been in effect since the 70s and just grown and grown and grown, and now we have a staff of about 15 laborers and 3 student managers and our supervisor Rich, who just go around and collect recycling and sort it. So every day is about 4,000 pounds of recyclables collected, and what's impressive about that is that we sort everything by hand. Students often ask, like, oh, like what machines do your sorting? Our hands are those machines. We'll go around to the buildings and we'll collect everything, and then we'll bring it back to the center and we'll sort everything by type of recyclable material. During spring quarterfinals week, because the resident students are moving out, every day that quadruples to 16,000 pounds a day. I feel like one thing that students need to know more is that we do everything ourselves, because that'll make them think more when they're sorting.
So the Zero Waste program is a collaborative program between multiple departments here on campus. The main organizations involved are the WW Office of Sustainability and the AS Recycle Center and Facilities Management. And the larger goal of this program is to eliminate all compostable and recyclable material from our waste stream. The most important thing the Zero Waste Western program does to help reduce waste by far is collaboration between students and helping improve education all around campus. And these improvements aren't done just by one person. This is, efforts made by various departments, clubs, and people who really are interested and concerned with making sustainability and zero waste important throughout the student body.
The electronics recycling program at Western started in the early 2000s. So since 2006, Western has sent our electronics down to ECS Recycling in Santa Clara, California through an Apple promotion. And Apple every summer takes e-waste from K through 12 and higher education institutions who choose to participate, and they pay for the transportation as well as the disposal costs. The goal of the recycling program aligns with one of Western's strategic goals, where it serves as a model of sustainability. And certainly this e-cycle program aligns with that goal. So it's difficult to say how much of Western's waste comes from electronics unless we have a clear definition of what waste is. But what I can say is that since 2006, Western has shipped over 200,000 pounds of electronic waste through our e-recycling program. I think Western has a great attitude about recycling on campus. Most individuals tend to do what's easy, so Western recognizes this, and they've put up recycling and composting stations so that individuals have the greatest chance for success.
I believe most students are on board with recycling their material. For example, the AS Recycle Center diverts nearly 72% of Western's waste stream from the landfill every day, which I believe is absolutely huge for Western's environmental impact. I believe the hardest problem with recycling on campus is convenience and education. Many students are not fully informed on what items are recyclable or compostable, and so sorting can be kind of difficult.
So my name is Allison Sheely. Well, I grew up in a suburb outside of Austin called Round Rock in Texas. There's no recycling in Texas. When I grew up there was one trash can where you kind of dumped everything. There's definitely no awareness of recycling or the need to reduce your waste or anything like that. I'm actually still every now and then incredibly overwhelmed when I go to throw something away and I have 7 options. I have compost and mixed paper and cardboard and glass and aluminum, and it's so many choices, and sometimes it's hard, but I mean I'm glad they're there.
I grew up in New York in a town called West Nyack, which was about 45 minutes north of New York City. And we had recycling programs there, and there were also redemption centers. My concern for the environment was sparked in middle school and high school when we learned about climate change. And I guess I've always taken that with me throughout my undergrad and throughout my work as a professional.
I came to Western from East Wenatchee, which recycling and sustainability aren't huge trends, at least when I was in high school. I'd say I haven't always been environmentally conscious and recycled. It wasn't until about my junior year of high school I got involved with the environmental club at Eastmont High School. I'd absolutely say my attitude has changed about recycling and sustainability since I've come to Western. And every day I'm learning more and more about the interconnectivity of the biosphere and the impact we humans have on the planet. Yeah, I absolutely believe that Western changes people's attitudes about recycling and sustainability in the environment. Not only did it happen to me, but I believe to some degree it happens to everybody.
Bellingham has a lot of beautiful natural places to enjoy, like Larrabee and, you know, all those awesome beaches. And I think that being directly involved with like the beautiful nature that's around us really helps us remind like, oh, this is actually like really awesome, we should keep this. I think that a big draw for students to come to Bellingham for school is the fact that we have a very prestigious environmental consciousness like reputation, and if we didn't put the effort in to keep improving that, then that draw might be taken away.
And I'm really interested in the whole sustainability movement and like being eco-friendly and being more conscious towards the environment, and Western Washington University has a really good rap for that and a pretty nationally acclaimed reputation as far as that goes. I want to be a part of that.
Another huge aspect of our success so far here at Western is our constant effort for improvement in sustainability. Though we are recognized as a leader in sustainability all across the nation, we still have a long way to go, and we constantly say to ourselves that, you know, we can do better.
Lip dub combines lip syncing and audio dubbing to make a music video. Add a dash of choreography, a bunch of smiles, and a bushel of funny antics, and lip dub makes college students feel like full-out rock stars. All you need are jazz hands.
The idea of Western doing a lip dub has actually been here for a while, for quite a bit. Folks, you know, when I got here, 4 years ago, people have been talking, we need to do a lip dub, because people started to realize that on YouTube and other social media sites that schools were doing that kind of thing. And not only was it fun, not only was it awesome, but in just a short amount of time, potential students, high schoolers, transfers got an idea of what the campus was like, and so people were like, why don't we do that here?
A lot of them do it in one take, but for time reasons, ours won't be in one take. We'll be kind of dividing it up and using movie magic to make it seem like one take still. And so essentially what it is kind of the camera just following and showcasing all these groups of people kind of just pretty much being hype machines and cheering at the camera, and somebody being followed as they sing along with whatever the song is that we're singing to.
Mario and Robert are both working really, really hard. I'm really excited to have the opportunity to work on this project with them. I think it's in great hands. Mario has had this vision since, this summer, really. We've been talking about how to get this done, and then Robert has the know-how to, organize people and get polished production running and, make sure things are going smoothly, and the technical side of things is taken care of.
As a comm director, I have some awesome resources that I could put towards this project, and I was like, let's try it out. And so Robert was an awesome resource as well, and so that's how it kind of started, was just trying to be the go-to person to really get people settled down and really opening this door for students to try and come in and bring their own ideas towards.
We will be the first school in Washington State to have kind of an official project like this that is actually sponsored by the school. And we're looking at working with as many groups as we can, as many clubs, academic departments, teams in athletics, and make it really representative of kind of the diversity that Western's campus shows, that we can really use to show that Western stands apart from kind of the rest of the state, and we're unique, and to make it kind of an interesting snapshot at what campus or what Western is all about.
In the developing role that social media and film media is playing in the way that we communicate and the way that institutions present themselves, I think that things like this are really important, because it's, by students for students. And so when someone types in Western Washington University in the search bar on YouTube and this pops up, that is, Western students representing Western. And I think that's the most powerful thing that an institution could ask for, really.
The idea of art empowering a community through singing, dancing, has always been there. And so I think a lip dub just came natural. That a lip dub has singing, dancing, community, it has groups doing it, and it's pulling together through art. So I think film is an essential part of our world nowadays.
Like 50 plus students are making films, like are actively interested in like filmmaking being part of their academics. And so I definitely think that people attending Western want for some kind of way to officially be stamped, like you know what you're doing when it comes to making a movie.
There's so much beautiful theory, there's so much opportunity that film has in terms of our social media technology world that Western just doesn't have, and that kind of loses that opportunity. Now, again, going back to film, going back to lift up stuff, we have some of the most passionate filmmakers in the state, least state. I'll probably say the country, because there isn't a whole lot of opportunities here for film, and so what a lot of wonderful students are doing is that they're finding it out on their own. They're going out, they're making those connections, which is great and dandy and all, but if there is a need and there is a passion, without a doubt, Western needs to take a stake in that passion.
Film is a huge part of Western's community, despite the fact that there isn't actually a film program. There's a lot of people out here making videos and who want to be a part of this. Some of the people working on this aren't even part of KVIK or the Fairhaven program, but they're out here because they're interested in making videos and making films. I think if there was an actual program set up at Western, that people would really appreciate it, and there's so many people that could use formal education here that would, benefit from that.
I really, really hope that prospective students see this. I think that this is going to be the best opportunity to jam-pack as much of the opportunities available at Western and recreational, academic, everything that's going to be represented in this lip dub. I think this is going to be a really great opportunity for prospective students to see what Western is all about, and real Western students representing what we really do is going to be really important.
It's been another great year for Western Washington University, and this is due in no small part to our terrific students, faculty, and staff. So thank you from the Associated Students.
Tried to cut these corners, tried to take the easy way out. I kept on falling short of something. I could have gave up then, but then again I couldn't have, 'cause I've traveled all this way for something. I take it in but don't look down. 'Cause I'm on top of the world, eh? I'm on top of the world, eh? Been waiting on this for a while now. I've been waiting to smile, to hold me in for a while, take you with me if I can. Been dreaming of this since a child. I'm on top I'm on top of the world, I'm on top of the world, Been waiting on this for a while now. Paying my dues to the dirt. I've been waiting to smile, to hold me in for a while, take me with me if I can. Been dreaming of this since a child. And I know it's hard when you're falling down and there's a long way up and
Service learning happens all over Whatcom County, but one unique Western program takes students over 7,000 miles away to the African country of Rwanda, where they get the chance to connect and serve in a brand new way.
So this past summer, we offered a course for Western students in Rwanda, and it was our first time going to Rwanda, experiencing Rwanda, and we initiated a partnership with a local NGO called Building Bridges with Rwanda, and the centerpiece of that organization is a women's weaving collective. So a lot of our work while we were there was with this group of incredible women. But the purpose of the class for Western students is to really study sustainable international development and sustainable partnerships. We ask our students to do a social action project for the benefit of a community of their choice. And we work with our students to build trust in those relationships so that we can learn the most from the people who we're spending 6 weeks with. We come home with new knowledge and new skills and a new way of seeing the world. And I believe that you can only experience it. You know, you can read about it, you can intellectually understand many things about the world. And we have so much access to technology that we get a lot of information about the world, but it really doesn't sink in until you experience someone else's life in another country.
Rwanda is a lot more different than I expected it to be, and my experience here has taken me out of the context of the genocide, and now I can actually look at Rwanda and look at the culture and look at the people and look at their history and really be amazed by that.
It's really, like Brooke was saying, it's so nice how comfortable it is. Like, I don't have an odd transition period at all. I just feel like I fit in. And how, you know, just talking to people, the language barrier is an issue, but we're working on that. But they're willing to help you, and they're just excited that you're trying to speak to them.
We all slow down our lives together. I mean, it could look like we just sit on someone's front porch in silence and have tea, or in the case of Rwanda, room temperature milk. That's quite fresh. They love to know who we are, and we love to know who they are, and it's that simple.
The language classes have been really fun because everyone here is so interested in learning English, which is like I feel like one of the biggest things we have to offer, because it's like, what else? And then it's nice to have both parts of it because it like creates a more equal footing. Because it's like, you know, maybe if we're talking to them and we're speaking English and they're frustrated, but then if they teach us Kinyarwanda, we're obviously we're not great at it either, so it creates that balance. Makes it a lot more open and friendly and fair.
It's very emotional at the end of our trips because there's this feeling of neighborliness that's really genuine, and a lot of our students talk about how they don't have that. They feel like they don't have that in this country.
Definitely the sense of community here is a lot different than at home, because at home it's a really individualistic culture and everyone just looks out for themselves, and here it's a collectivist culture where everyone looks out for each other. So I think that that America can definitely learn a lot from that.
And the community, we're so not community-based in the States, and here you walk down the street and everyone just wants to talk to you and everyone just wants to say hi. And in the States it's like, I just walk, I don't look at anyone, I don't smile, It's really individual.
I'm really proud of our university for letting me offer these programs too, because I know the continent of Africa comes with a lot of stereotypes, and they are hard to kind of get past sometimes with people. And our administration and leadership at the university really understand why this kind of experience is important for our students. A student interested in this program would just contact the Center for Service Learning. So we have our Kenya Service Learning Program and our Rwanda Service Learning Program that come out of our office, and any student can stop by or call or email, and we'll give them more information.
That wraps up this episode of Western Window.
Tune in next time to find out more about the world at and around Western Washington University.